Could Sister Wives Meri distancing herself from the Browns lead to the end of the show? The Brown family has always been at the heart of Sister Wives. From the very beginning, the TLC reality show introduced viewers to Kody Brown, his 4 wives, and their unique journey navigating plural marriage in the spotlight. For years, the show thrived on the dynamics between Kody, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robin, giving fans an inside look into the highs and lows of their unconventional family structure. But in recent years, cracks have been showing, relationships have fractured, and fans have started questioning whether the family is even a family anymore. One of the biggest changes has been Meri Brown's decision to distance herself not only from Kody, but also from the rest of the Browns. For a long time, viewers noticed Meri sitting quietly in the background, isolated during family gatherings, and seemingly detached from the rest of the household drama. That distance has now grown into a near-total separation, leading many to ask the question, if Meri continues to pull away, could it mean the end of Sister Wives altogether? To understand the weight of this question, it's important to look back at Meri's journey on the show. Meri was Kody's first wife, the one who started this entire plural family alongside him. She was with Kody from the very beginning, long before cameras were rolling and long before the fame and controversies. For years, Meri was seen as the quiet but strong figure in the family. She was deeply committed to the principle of plural marriage, even when it meant sacrificing her own comfort and happiness. But her relationship with Kody was the first to unravel in a major way. When Meri legally divorced Kody so that he could marry Robin and adopt her children, the family presented it as a selfless decision. Meri explained that it was the best move for the family, and she seemed willing to accept the personal loss. But fans quickly realized that it was the beginning of a painful shift for her. That divorce marked the start of her slow exit from the central family dynamic. Things only got worse when Meri was caught up in the infamous catfishing scandal. Her emotional vulnerability led her into an online relationship that turned out to be a scam. The fallout from that situation left her humiliated and even more distant from Kody. While she claimed she wanted to repair her relationship with him, Kody openly admitted he no longer wanted a romantic marriage with her. For viewers, this was heartbreaking to watch. Meri essentially remained in the family in name only. Fast forward to more recent seasons, and Meri's storyline has shifted almost entirely away from Kody and the Browns. She has spent much of her time focused on her own ventures, especially her bed and breakfast, Lizzie's Heritage Inn in Utah. She travels, posts motivational messages on social media, and has built a separate life that barely intersects with the Browns. Even when she shows up on the show, it often feels like she is a guest star in her own family. This growing distance raises a major concern for the future of Sister Wives. The show has always thrived on the drama of the family being together, interacting, and clashing. But with Christine already leaving the family and launching her own new life, Janelle largely separated from Kody, and Meri pulling away, the core foundation of Sister Wives is crumbling. If Meri fully detaches herself, will there even be a show left to film? Fans have been vocal about this very issue. Many believe that TLC is running out of storylines to follow. The original hook of Sister Wives was the idea of one man balancing 4 marriages and the daily challenges of a plural family. But today, that premise no longer exists. Kody is basically left with one functioning marriage, with Robin. The other 3 wives have emotionally or physically left. Without Meri, the sisterhood element of the show is almost completely gone. Meri's absence would be particularly damaging because she represents history and continuity. She's been there from day one. Even when she was sidelined, her presence was still a reminder of the family's beginnings. Removing her would mean losing the only direct connection to the earliest years of the Brown family. For longtime fans, that would feel like erasing the roots of the show. Some viewers argue that Meri has already mentally left, so her official departure wouldn't change much. But others counter that her distance highlights just how thin the story has become. With Meri out of the picture, it would simply be Kody and Robin's marriage on screen. And let's be honest, many fans have little interest in watching just Kody and Robin. In fact, their dominance on the show has already caused backlash, with critics saying the focus has shifted unfairly and that the series no longer reflects its original concept. The big question is whether TLC can continue the show without Meri. Ratings have always been tied to the drama between the wives, the children, and Cody. If only one wife is left, where does the drama come from? It's possible TLC could pivot the show to focus more on the ex-wives living their independent lives. Christine has already proven that she can carry an entire storyline on her own. Janelle's independence is also a compelling narrative. And even Meri, living life away from the family, could create an interesting spin-off direction. But all of these shifts would require TLC to change the very identity of sister wives. Another factor to consider is Meri's own willingness to participate in future seasons. She has often expressed frustration with how she is portrayed on the show. On social media, she frequently posts cryptic messages about growth, moving on, and surrounding herself with positivity. Many fans interpret these as signs that she's tired of being part of the narrative that Sister Wives has built around her. If Meri decides she no longer wants to film, the producers can't force her to stay. That decision would force TLC to either move on without her or cancel the show altogether. It's also worth noting that Meri's distancing doesn't just impact the show's storyline, it impacts fan engagement. Viewers have formed deep attachments to the wives, rooting for them and relating to their struggles. Meri's journey from being Cody's first wife to an outsider resonates with many women who have experienced heartbreak or being pushed aside. Her departure would leave a gap in the emotional connection that fans have with the show. Without that, the series risks losing even more of its loyal audience. Of course, TLC could attempt to stretch the story out longer. Even if Meri isn't as involved, they could use her occasional appearances to keep the illusion of family unity alive. They could also focus more heavily on Robin and Cody's struggles, or the children's perspectives. But at some point, the audience will see through it. Without Meri and the other wives actively engaged, Sister Wives will no longer be the same show. Ultimately, Meri's distancing is a symptom of a much larger issue, the end of the Brown family as viewers once knew it. Christine has left. Janelle is emotionally checked out. Meri is almost fully detached. What remains is not a plural marriage, but a monogamous couple in a fractured family. That's not the premise that made Sister Wives successful. So, could Meri distancing herself from the Browns lead to the end of the show? The answer is very likely yes. While the show may limp along for a few more seasons, TLC cannot sustain the brand without the